Hello, everybody. Natalie here with Premier Talent Partners. I am way late for my LinkedIn Live. I apologize. Meetings galore today, and I'm super backed up. So hopefully, if anyone's still here, thank you for tuning in live. I'm here to talk today about end of year hiring. What's the 411? Is it better to hire at the end of the year, the beginning of the year? Now is kind of crunch time for companies, and there's this ongoing debate. There always has been this ongoing debate in my career in talent acquisition on when is a better time of year. And the best answer is whatever works best for your company. So I'll take the next couple of minutes to kind of debunk both sides of the argument, right? So to help you really think through what makes most sense for your company. Now, it also is December 1st. So if end of year ends up being the best time for you, got to get on it. It's now crunch time, and we got to get going. So the first is end of year hiring. What is end of year? That historically is any time between November and December of the year, where the new year hiring is any time between kind of January, February, and kind of into March timeframe. So in my career, I have felt like new year hiring tends to be where it's at. You, especially being in staffing, you tend to see a lot of clients coming to you as an agency with help hiring in the new year. New year budgets are approved, the holiday slump is over, candidates are ready to start job searching again and kind of engaging in that process. So you tend to see the uptick in the January timeframe. Now, we have all recently experienced a worldwide pandemic and unprecedented times, and it has totally shifted how companies hire, when to hire, how many they need to hire. There is really no rhyme or reason right now. In our company at Premier, I have seen the most business come through my desk from August to November. That has been our busiest time in terms of how many new prospective clients I have been talking to that are looking to urgently hire, that are saying, I needed them yesterday. So I will say there really is no rhyme or reason to this historical time of year hiring, at least not in this most recent pandemic year. So let's just think about here and now. If you are excited about hiring end of year, that's not necessarily so bad. There are still an abundance of candidates. It is what we call a hot candidates market right now that are open to considering making a move. You've probably heard about the Great Recession. Resignation. We've had a great recession many years ago, but the Great Resignation, where this year we have seen so much movement in candidates moving from their current organization and open and excitedly, actively looking for new opportunities. So that being said, the end of year right now is a great time to consider your hiring. Number one, there are candidates that are active in the market. Number two, you will get a head start on your hiring plans and will have potentially new hires in their seat, training and ramping up already into the new year versus starting in the new year, then you are just setting yourself back 4 to 6 weeks. So there definitely is some benefits to looking right now. There are also other things like candidates are more open to interviewing right now because the holiday time tends to be slower for maybe their business. So they have more flexibility to break away from work to interview. Or during taking time off, their holiday vacations, they're making themselves more available to interview. So there definitely are some benefits in terms of the candidate availability in the candidate market that are kind of enticing for employers who are urgently and eagerly looking to hire. Now, on the flip side of that would be, okay, do I wait until January? January is when I'm going to have my budgets. January is when we are all back in the office. You know, HR is not on a holiday anymore. The hiring managers are not gone on holiday. The candidates are more available to interview. Other things like candidates may not be willing to make a move towards the end of the year, especially sales professionals. They may want to wait till the end of the year to get their first of the year bonuses, and aren't necessarily looking to make a move until they can cash out on those bonuses. So beginning of the year can also be great because you're starting off fresh. Everybody's back in office. More candidates are interested and available in starting to look and entertain conversations. Where you really want to be mindful is when you have your jobs open, and in that February to March timeframe, you're not really seeing a lot of traction on those open positions. That's when there's room to pause for concern. That being said, March is historically a sense of urgency time of hiring. Maybe they've had the requisitions open for a few months, few weeks. They're not seeing the candidates that they want. And by March, we really needed those people in their seats, trained, ramped, and producing or contributing to the operating side of the business. So all of that to say, what is better for your business? Is it the end of the year or is it the beginning of the year? Whichever you decide. At the end of the day, March is really kind of that crunch time where you start to realize if I don't have that person in that seat by March, that's really when I've kind of put my business a quarter behind what could have been potential producing income for your company. So I just encourage you to be mindful of when your business calendar is. Are you a traditional calendar? Are you a fiscal calendar? And timing that up against when you want to open up these requisitions. Also, right now, as I mentioned, is a hot candidates market. So it is getting harder and harder for companies, including agencies like ourselves, to really find talent that are willing to have conversations about your open positions. So there's a lot of competition for companies that are looking to hire and trying to entice those candidates to consider their opportunities, to consider an interview, and to consider choosing their offers. There is a lot of competition. Candidates are interviewing for 4, 5, 6+ jobs at a time, and they tend to walk away with 2, 3, 4 offers in hand. So all that to say, just pick what time of year is best for you and reach out to a partner, a staffing partner, and outsource some of those really hard to fill positions, or outsource any sort of volume or bulk roles where you really need a big pipeline very quickly. Or lastly, outsource those roles where you feel like we really needed that person a week ago and we're behind the 8 ball. Agencies are a great partner to help you tap into a network of talent immediately that they've already been vetting, they've already been working with, and they already can start presenting resumes in a very quick fashion. So I wish you the best of luck in all of your hiring. Next year, I feel is going to be a great year for so many different companies, including Premier. We are scaling ourselves, and we definitely are not slowing down. Our selected choice is to continue hiring through the end of the year and get a head start into the new year. So if you have any questions on what's the right time for you, feel free to send me a message in the comments. We'll also put in there my email address if you want to schedule some time to talk through what makes sense for your organization, and or you need a staffing partner and want to tap into some of our talent, of course. We do specialize in your go-to-market roles, your G&A roles, and your technical hiring. So we got you covered across your whole organization, and we would love to support you wherever you need it. So thank you so much. This is one of our last LinkedIn Lives, not our last one, but one of our last few LinkedIn Lives for the year of 2021. And we'll have a great new slate of topics into the new year, both relevant for our client population and also for our candidates. Have a happy holiday season, happy hiring, and I will see you in 2022. Take care.